Hey, yo, what's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Matchmaker. Man, we thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. Before we get started, make sure y'all hit the like button, comment, subscribe. You know, if y'all stayed to the end, y'all had a chance to see me cook this man on a
God,
LeBron James top.
crazy.
I had to debating, then checkmating. But yeah, I actually wanted to start in this regard this morning, I mean, not this morning, this evening at night, all right, to talk about what I seen, right? And Dion having the whole players that's on his team, every last one of them had a 3.0 or higher. And the reason why I actually want to start off with this, right? The fact that this man had his whole team with a 3.0 and higher. This is the first step. It's
Mhm.
literally the first step. I've been telling y'all, we got to win in them classrooms first. And that's what they were doing. So a lot of people they look at Dion from what he's doing with his kids and what he's doing on the field, but they're not looking at the true impact that this man have. Them kids is in class, all of them are holding each other to a standard of a 3.0, right? So you can't get that unless you have support. And that's what you see. When we start teaching these kids, and when these kids are playing football, right? They have to be trained first to complete the school so they can start winning, on a football field. Because it's kind of working backwards, right? It's kind of working backwards where you start working and start playing football. You're working out very hard. You're doing your drills. You're doing all this other stuff, but you're not mastering the class. So the reason why that's backwards is because you can do all that workout, but if your
Mhm.
grades ain't right, you would never touch the field.
Okay.
So, I appreciate this right here because it sends a message for those who are diehard Deion Sanders fans, people that watch them get motivated by him. Now, because you got a lot of people that want to emulate some of the stuff that he's doing. Can you emulate this? Can
Mhm.
you can you get in the classroom? Your players in the classroom and perform the way that they did. You see what I'm saying? So, hey man, shout out to Dion. Shout out to the whole Colorado. These are the type of topics that needs to be, headlines. These are the things that we need to talk about because half of them kids right now, right? Until we help change it. And we gonna change it. But
Mhm.
half of these kids right now will automatically be ineligible and eliminated due to grades. So shout out to Dion.
I love what Dion is doing, man, and I'm glad he's staying at Colorado. Excuse me, y'all. Um, what I think sometimes a lot of people don't understand is what Dion preaches a lot. If you ever watch Dion's show on YouTube, he tells the majority of his kids, the majority of y'all are not going to the NFL. So I'm not preparing y'all to go to the NFL. I'm preparing y'all to be husbands. I'm preparing y'all to be fathers. I'm preparing y'all to be businessmen. I think that we gotta be, logical with our kids. And when I say that, I'm not saying that we still can't have the dream of the NFL with our kids. I still think even if you be like, yeah, you can make it to the NFL, your kid can't play till they're 45 in the NFL, bro. They're going to play till they're 35, maybe 36, 37, whatever. Let's say they had the longest career out there and they play until they 35. That's still young as hell, y'all. We got to teach our kids other aspects of life, other business trades, how to save their money, how to invest in their money, right? What else do you want to do? You want to be an NFL player? Cool. All right, we gonna work that down. But what's some other things that you think you would want to do after you're done being an NFL player? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So I love what Dion is doing because he gives those kids a realization what life really gonna be. A lot of y'all have worked your whole lives to get here. Okay, now you here, right? What's next? And that's just how life rolls. It's always something next. So shout out to Deion Sanders and what he's doing up there in Colorado.
Facts, man. So yeah, and that's the thing. What you just said. It's like you you work hard, and you work hard to not get nowhere, mainly because you created the obstacle for yourself. Because the only thing that like a lot of your parents taught you was really, was on a football field. But it's the saying, you work smarter, not harder, right? The smart thing to do is take care of class,
Right.
right? The next thing to do is take care of the field. The next thing to do is, look at other things that you are good at or that you may want to do in the future. Because here's the thing, just to kind of piggyback on what you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you like, okay, it's a high probability that you don't make it, okay? But if you love football that much, you can be the neuroscience, you can be the trainer, you can be the person that be an agent. Like there are so many other avenues when it
So many
comes
others.
to football that
Right.
will pay you just as good, as opposed to just being an NFL player. A lot of those players that's around the NFL player,
Mm-hmm.
guess what? They have longevity because they don't have to worry about hitting people. They don't have to worry about a lot of stuff. But the main thing is that they still get a chance to watch the game. They still get a chance to be around the atmosphere. They still get a chance to make a lot of money. And some of those same individuals are people that are in the mansions. You know what I'm saying? They
Yep.
still in the mansion, so they still, succeeding in the way that they want to. They're still being able to maneuver the way that they want to. And guess what? They probably have a better life. They probably have a better life because hey, Aza was good. PA football was good. They probably have a better life because they don't have to worry about fans coming up to them. They don't have to worry about a lot of stuff. They can live their life the way that they see fit. You feel what I'm saying? So it's there are perks, man. Being good can mean a free education. That's what being good can mean. It can mean a free education. So I don't know if that is keep echoing. But yeah, go ahead, fanatic.
But yeah, man, I definitely agree with you on that. And like I always tell y'all, I don't know when to go stop becoming free education. I don't know when to go stop becoming free education. We having signing day in my school tomorrow for a lot of kids, man. And I've encountered kids, man, not just at my school, but all over many counties that I'm talking to them over these past couple weeks about what they're going to sign, and a lot of them feel like they should have bigger offers. And I'm just like, well, why do you feel that way? Because of what I've done. Hmm. What you're not understanding is, and what I tell them is, what you're not understanding is, bro, there's a grown man somewhere. There's an 18-year-old who been busting his butt in JUCO all year long, or there's a 19-year-old who in his second year at JUCO, right? He done played against other grown men. Why do you deserve an opportunity over someone who, when they wake up at 6 o'clock, they go to lift, then they go to class, right? Then they go to 2, 3 classes, then they go back to practice, then they go maybe to lunch, then they may go to maybe one more class, then they go back to practice, right? You got somebody who may be practicing 3 times a day, lift included, and all of that good stuff, and then probably getting a late night training session in. The work ethic ain't matching, right?
Mhm.
You gotta run your own journey, right? Use what they're giving you and maneuver through that. But shout out to them kids, man, that's gonna be doing a lot of signing. I know a lot of y'all aren't happy about where you're going, but don't forget, as I keep telling every single kid I've encountered that don't like where they going, that do like where they going. The goal was free education.
Mm-hmm.
The goal was free education, right? Utilize that, bro. Utilize that. As I told everybody that's going JUCO, go JUCO for 2-3 years, man. Get your AA, right? Then go into your 4-year program. You still got all of your eligibility. Finish up your bachelor's in 2 years, right? Then you still got 4 more years of eligibility because you can have a grad year. Guess what? You've already graduated with your bachelor's in two. Now them last two, go ahead and get your master's, right? I mean, go ahead, yeah, go ahead and get your master's in them last two. You still have eligibility left. If you want to, go ahead and get your doctoral degree for free. Like all of it. You doing the same, you got the same six, whatever plus years that everybody else has. But also, man, you getting yours done in half the time. When you leave, if you go to the NFL, cool. If you don't, cool. It don't matter. It don't matter. You still set regardless.
Right.
So I just hope for all the parents and kids out there, y'all sit down, create a game plan of how you're going to maneuver through your new life.
But you know what it is though?
Mhm.
Cause I remember, you know what I'm saying, like my hoop dreams. I remember that. What it is that you feel like that's the only way that you can make money.
Mm,
That's why a lot of people they only go for the NFL or the NBA. They want to make it, and a lot of that stems from the fact that they feel like that's the only way that they can make millions, and that can't be further from the truth. You
right.
have a slew of ways to making millions. You have a lot of ways. So, what? Let me see, man. I keep hearing the echo. So, man, basically,
Right.
bro,
Turn off
just
your
go
side.
ahead and and do what you got to do. Like it's starting the classroom because sometimes, man, people they want to go to the NFL, but like we said, some of these kids they get burnt out. And then, okay, if you end up being one of those kids that's burnt out, now what? The only thing that you ever put your mind and your motivation to was trying to play football. So
Right.
that's why, parents, I think that they need to give their kids other alternatives, not just football. It's a strong possibility, even when you are the best player in the country, things happen. Just remember this name, Maurice Claret. Remember that. Remember he tried to go early, didn't end up going to the NFL because of other things that happened. Just remember some other people that were just as good, right? And wasn't able to make it to the highest level. Like even in basketball, somebody like Jason Williams. Jason Williams, right, was one of the top players, end up hurting himself on a motorcycle. Luckily, he had insurance on himself. You see what I'm saying? So there are things that can happen that you don't want, that you don't want taking place, but you can always have something on the side because even if you do something like Dion, which he put how much was it? Um a certain amount of
It was
money on
millions. It was
insurance for.
millions.
Yeah, right. So, yes, even if you get that, right? If you don't know nothing else but football, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be on the richest to rags stories to where, man, this person had a lot of money. He did this, he did that. Now he broke. Like, no, man. The first thing if y'all don't do nothing else, I think that y'all should study business.
Mm,
Business should be one of the main things that you guys study
right.
because at least when you got the startup money, you would know how to start up your own project. And then from that point, you can build a business, you can employ people, you can do a lot of things. See, the thing is, we only taught to utilize our physicality. We never use this. We never, unless it's on the football field, but it's all of it is instinctive, right? We got to use other things, other tools. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I say, man, shout out to Prime. See, I'm going to keep highlighting the good because it's necessary. When you look at people like Prime and like he's doing it on a level to where it's like, bro, you ain't got no choice but to do do things the smart way. And a lot of people are not doing it like that. But this is a time in a day and age to where people can live and learn to see what this man is doing and pick that up and do it. Because like I said, if I had a kid at this age right now playing football, you know what I'd be doing? The
What?
first thing I'll be doing is trademarking that young man's name. That's the
Hmm.
first thing I'll be doing, right? I will be getting that man name, right? I will go to the SOS, the Secretary of State of, I
Hmm.
keep fucking mispronouncing that. But basically, I go to the Secretary of State and then I will fill out my stuff, right? And then I will have my name. Then I will trademark my name. Then once I'm an entity, guess what? Every
What?
little gas that I go fill up, every little piece of whatever I spend that's pertaining to the business, I will be putting that on there and I'll be writing it off on my taxes, right? I will be doing those things. Those are the things that you as a young man can be doing. You can get used to it, right? As a parent. Then on top of that, I will be making sure that my Instagram, all of my social media handles is presentable, decent, showing me, showing my playful side, showing everything that's necessary, right? I'll be doing that. Then the other thing is I will be shopping my kids and sending email to all of these companies, to be a representative of them. Somebody gonna bite, somebody's gonna bite. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's a lot that could be done in this time because I will be really trying to be the first person to make the most money ever in the history of youth football. If I had a kid, in the game, you know what I'm saying? That's just me. But let me
Yeah,
go.
PA asked a very interesting question that I
What's
think I think is interesting for both of us to answer. Can the Midwest win 11U YNC and AYFD1? CBE, 10th Street, Southfield, Legacy, and the Indy Firehawks.
Can they win what?
Can they win 11U YNC and AYFD1? Interested to
Okay.
hear what
Let
you
me
think.
all right, name them and I'll tell you.
Can
No, name them,
the
just the teams.
can they name the teams that they would have to play against?
Yeah.
Okay, would they be able to beat Voodoo?
Okay, go ahead.
You ain't answer.
You ain't no, you name the teams. Give me the
Okay,
team name.
so let's say Southfield versus Voodoo,
No,
Legacy versus Voodoo,
no,
damn. CBE versus Voodoo,
hey, Coach Barkley, my guy. Nope,
uh, Indy Firehawks versus Voodoo,
nope,
Legacy versus Voodoo.
nope. Legacy versus Voodoo. Voodoo gonna take it out. Now, the only team. Well, go ahead. Those are the
I was about to
teams,
say
right?
I'm gonna keep it going. I'm
Okay.
definitely going to keep it going. Um, could Sawboys could they beat the SED Wolverines?
I think SED gonna be stronger. I don't think so. No,
Could 10th Street beat the SED Wolverines?
they may not beat the Indy Firehawks. Nope.
Can Southfield beat the SED Wolverines?
Southfield was tough though.
They
They
were
team was
tough. They
they
were
was tough.
tough.
But they not. I don't see them stopping Aiden. So I'm gonna go with the SED.
Could Indy Firehawks beat the SED Wolverines?
No.
Okay. I
I
think
think
this
they
one.
give them games, but no.
I think he's gonna come around with this one right here, y'all. I think he's gonna come around. Could the Sawboys beat the Bessemer Tigers?
Sawboy beat the Bessemer Tigers. No.
Could 10th Street beat the Bessemer Tigers?
No.
Could Southfield beat the Bessemer Tigers? Could
No,
Southfield
no,
beat?
no, no, no,
Oh man, I think you think Legacy and Indy better, but I'm gonna go. Could Legacy beat the Bessemer Tigers?
no,
Could the Indy Firehawks beat the Bessemer Tigers?
no.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, no.
Could Sawboys beat the West Orlando Jaguars?
Sawboys.
Beat the West Orlando
Nah,
Jaguars.
they get they'll be close, but I don't think they'll actually win.
Okay. Could 10th Street beat the West Orlando
And
Jaguars?
I want y'all to know, bro, it ain't no disrespect to none of these teams because I think they all gonna be elite teams. But he's asking me, you know, would they be able to be specific teams? I don't think so. But no, no, no. I think
Okay.
10th Street is gonna still be good. Hopefully, they continue to build on what they already have because they was already a tough team last
Now
year.
this is a tough one. Could Southfield beat the West Orlando Jaguars?
No,
Could Legacy beat the West Orlando Jaguars?
no,
Could the Indy Firehawks beat the West Orlando Jaguars?
no.
All right.
I mean,
Now
when you
you
say they could, yes, they could beat, but do I think
do you
that
believe that it will happen?
no, I
Hell.
don't.
All right. We're gonna move on.
Okay.
Could Sawboys beat the McDolphins?
Nah, bro. I actually put McDolphins in that first three. Like, nah, I don't see
So
all
basically
them
10th
teams that
Street,
you named.
Southfield,
No,
Legacy, or Indy can't none of them beat
I don't think
McDolphins.
so. Yeah.
So they can't win.
Hey,
They
nah,
can't. So basically, you're saying they can't win YNC and they can't win AYF either.
I don't think they're gonna win AYF. If
Okay.
McDolphins over there, I think they get stronger. I think they get bigger. I think they get faster. I think they get better
Hmm.
with that quarterback. You know, like shoot, I think they're gonna have a good running back this year. You know, that's only imminent. It's like you got to do that.
Right.
You got to get one of them guys, and I'm pretty sure it's not hard for them to get one of those running backs to come over there. You see what I'm saying? They
Hmm.
gonna get a lot of burn. I think so. The mix up game gonna be crazy, and not only that, it's gonna make Mac Dolphins that much harder to beat. So let's just say you take somebody like um what's the running back? Give me a running back for that age group. Oh, somebody like number one, right? From 404 boys,
Hmm.
right? East Side babies. You take somebody like that, you put them on on that team. Bro, it's gonna be ugly because you don't know what to prepare for. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna be tough, bro. It's definitely gonna be tough. I don't see it. I don't see it at all.
So basically, again, for the record, they have no chance.
Nah, I don't think they got a chance.
Okay. PA, your question has been answered. According to my dog, y'all have no chance of winning YNC or AYF D1 out of the Midwest.
I ain't saying they got no chance. I'm just saying I don't
I'm
think they're
sorry,
gonna
the
win.
chance is very low. Is that better? The likelihood it happens is very low.
Man, look, and that this right here is a great question. Have a lot of teams been flipping? And that's what it really boiled down to. Because look, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. A lot of teams have been a lot of players have been going to other teams. And you remember when I said last year, what a difference a year makes. And this can be that same thing. So McDolphins, I'm just basically going off of what I seen from last year,
Right.
right? Just like with the rankings. If when they do the rankings, they'll mark somebody number one through whatever, and that's based on that year, right? Coming into this year. Now, Indy, Firehawks, 10th Street, Sawboys and all them, bro, they might have added some crazy pieces. So I can't sit there and say, oh no, they ain't got a chance. Like I can't really say that. But if we talking now and what I think, then this is what I believe. You feel what I'm saying? I believe that
Right.
this is what will happen, you know. But yeah, man, let's go
So
to
so
this, man.
so it could. I'm gonna say this real quick. What I'm actually looking forward to is what I do love about YNC is most teams play in YNC preseason, and I just hope that that's something that teams still continue to do. In YNC preseason, I don't know if everybody remember, we had 12 team brackets in YNC preseason. Um, 8U had 12. 11U had 12 teams. They had back when they still had the ATL Elite. We still had Bullet Academy. We still had Havoc. We had teams coming out of Minnesota in YNC preseason, and I say all of that to say that I hope that continues. I hope even with 10U, we still had MBK Tigers out of Alabama. We had the Lynn Haven Raiders. Like, we had a lot of teams, not necessarily ducking smoke. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? In YNC preseason. I don't quite understand yet why that doesn't carry over to nationals. And maybe because people have so much faith in their team early on, and later on they don't believe as much. They didn't show them who they really are. But I believe, bro. If you believe in them in July, you gotta believe in them in December.
Yeah, I got a question too, though. Do you think that this will affect the way that Sawboys move this season, upcoming season? The fact that they was willing and played the majority of everybody and basically they kind of got the short end of the stick. Do you feel like that would affect them this season or how they move?
I hope not, bro. I hope not. Like, I hope that it doesn't change anything for them. I hope that they realize that they still ended up as probably arguably a top 8 team in the country, and that speaks volumes to who they are. You know what I'm saying? Um, I hope this year that we don't give nobody no credit who ain't outside.
Right, right. Yeah, we definitely gotta look at them resumes, man. See who y'all playing because
Yeah, because
like we
yeah, we.
say,
Mhm.
Sawboys they got the short end of the stick, man. They definitely got punished. They definitely got punished because they should have been going to YNC. I think they should have been accepted. I don't believe that nobody would have had a problem with that. Nobody, right? That should have been something, that they should have allowed happen, but it didn't. You live and you learn, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that that will happen again. So I will suggest to the Sawboys, to definitely make sure that y'all continue to, stay the course, man. Them kids got a chance to play versus some of the top teams out there, and they're gonna be better for it. So this year, I'm excited to see what they bring. I think they're gonna be special this year. Uh if they didn't lose the parents. Now, I want to say for the games that they lost and to still had the parents there, you know what I'm saying? That spoke value to the parents. I hope I'm
Right.
not speaking too soon, but yeah, bro, I think they should be good this season, man. But
I'm on a
look, man.
mission this year to make sure that I highlight the teams and the kids that are playing games. I'm on
Mhm.
a mission this year to ensure that even when games are lost, we don't give credit, or that anybody who does any type of ranking system doesn't give credit to teams. If I play 10 games and I lose uh 3 or 4 of those games out of 10, meaning I still got 6 quality wins, and they played 3 games and they won all 3, I'm on a mission. I mean, like, one of those missions where they don't eat until world hunger or something. I'm on a mission that I'm going to make sure that those teams who play 10 quality opponents, they lose 4, they win 6, don't drop below teams that play 3 opponents and they win all of them. It's my goal, y'all. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about my vision board don't have a damn thing on it but that. It's on the
Mm-hmm.
vision board for the year. I
Fact.
hated that last year, bro. I hated that as an argument from teams, from people who do the ranking systems and all of that. Well, they only lost to this person. Well, hell, they only played 3 games. They
Right,
only
right,
played 3 national games. This team has played 10 national games, and they're not getting the credit. For need, I'll give you an example. 7U was a good example. 7U was a good example of you might have a team that's played more national games, but then they will give credit to a team that's played less national games, but they've lost less. Like, come on, bro, you can't do that. You can't do that. There has to be some type of averaging it out. To me personally, I want to give respect. You didn't play 10 top opponents. You lost 4, you won 6. They've played 3 top opponents and they've won 3. Congratulations to them. I can't let your losses mean more than your wins
right,
because
right,
that's what dilutes the ranking system.
right.
So
So
this year,
yeah,
man, I'm,
T
I'm on a
T
mission, man. All those teams that's outside playing. Now, if you out there just playing games and you just tackling dummy, I can't save you. I can't save
right.
you. But
Hey,
if you out there
TYU
putting
on
the
that
work in
says
and you ain't getting that credit, I got you.
TYU on that says they need to expand it to at least 2 or more spots in preseason.
Are you talking about locations or do you mean teams? Because they didn't definitely up the locations in the preseason.
Yeah, they definitely
Yeah,
did.
they definitely up the locations in the preseason.
And
You know what I'm
it's,
saying?
they got one in Cincinnati too. Said
I
they
don't know.
hosting
I
the
just know
preseason
that,
in
man.
Cincinnati.
Whoever them folks out there listening to, or whoever is encouraging them to up these cities, man. Big up to those people, bruh, for encouraging Battle YNC Generation Next to continue to grow and do different things, man, in the community.
Hey, Need, man, we would have did 14U. It's just that, man, 14U, man. I think that little Hollywood, they don't really tap in like that. So we just go from maybe what 7 to 13U.
Yeah, and
We don't
14 it
mind
gets
doing
hard
14. It's
too.
just that, yeah, they
Yeah.
don't, you know what
It's
I'm
not as
saying?
big as it used to be. You realize that about 14? 14, you used to be big, bro.
Yeah, they ain't got that many
But
teams.
it's not
But
as it's
mainly
not as
because a lot of
popular.
these well, 14, you in high school. Um, but they I guess they want them to play like in the freshmen's and whatever JV or whatever, because they kind of like a feeder. So they want you to be prepared for when you going to go play like on varsity level. So I think a lot of times, man, those 14-year-olds, they go to high school. You know what I'm saying? So they don't really have a lot of 14-year-old teams. So nah, we don't really cover them, but we don't mind being that it's so far and few. But it's just that, man, they got to do their job and come over here and let us know about what's going on, support the channel, all that stuff. Y'all old enough. Y'all gotta understand those things. You know what I'm saying? But nah, we definitely wouldn't mind. We definitely wouldn't mind. But hey man, I got a question. Do you think I just seen something? Shout out to Warzone. Shout out to DT. Do you think DT? He said I will be coaching 9U at
Wow.
RDU. Hit me up if you are interested. Okay. Do you believe this? Do you believe that
It's
DT is
like
coming
it's
out of
like shot.
retirement? Because I have seen him play. I've seen
Yeah.
DT coach. I mean, coach versus well, yeah, they coach versus the first game I seen.
Right.
I think it was the College Park Rams. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
And they were what was their team? Dang, I forget the name of their team. But yeah, he was definitely coaching. They won that game as well. But do you think that DT is gonna come out of retirement and come on the field as a coach and coach RDU?
Man, shout out to DT, bro. It's hard. It's hard to believe because DT is one of those guys. Like he checks the temperature a lot. He just he jokes around a lot, so you can't tell. But um, you talking also though about a guy who has vast knowledge of football, who's done it, who's seen it, who's coached it, who's been around it, who knows talent. Um, so I would love to see DT step out and coach football again. Um, I would love to. I would love to know what kind of made him want to. I know he was coaching at Pittman Park like 3 years ago. So he's not too far out of the game. He kind of has still been a part of it. But I would love to know what would make him want to go to RDU. Was making him really be committed to coaching because he seems like such a busy person. So I
Mm,
would love to hear from him, like what would make him want to do it. But I think he'll be an amazing coach. I think we need more coaches that understand the game. I think we need more coaches who won't tolerate BS from parents. I think we need more coaches who will hold other coaches accountable. Um, and I think we need more coaches who just want to do this, right? And they want to do it for the right reasons. They don't have anything they can gain from this but to be helpful. What's your
okay.
opinion on it, brother?
And I'm glad that you said that. That he's very knowledgeable of the game, knows what he's talking about a lot of times, right? Because he seemed to agree with me based on what I told you, right? He says, we all know Juju was good, but this QB has the most national wins over any other QB in youth football. 98 straight wins as well. Y'all don't give him enough credit. And when he said that, the only man I can seem to think about was this guy right here. Right here.
Hmm.
As I sat there and stated to you, that young man reminded me of Juju. However, I think that he's going to be just as good as well. I think that he is still right now the top number one quarterback in the country. That's just my opinion. You feel what I'm saying? You didn't want to. You selected the other guy over him,
Hmm.
whatever. But like I said, this young man right here, I believe that he's going to be the next big thing. And like I say, like he said, I think people forgot how good he is. He's a winner. The man been winning since the beginning. So I can't punish him, for the school that he's in or whatever you believe. I still know that versus all of these quarterbacks that we deem as the better quarterback and all this other stuff, he beat them. So yes, you know,
Okay, he beat them on a youth level,
okay.
right? That's different. So I gotta see you do it on the high school level before I'm ready to deem you, the next savior. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just me. You feel what I'm saying? I need to see you actually do this before I'm ready to say, this is the person. I need to see you actually win out and be the varsity quarterback before I say you're the next one, right? Um, we'll see this spring, right? I think we'll know by the spring. We'll know by the spring, what the temperature gonna be,
Mm-hmm.
um, because they still got Dylan Bishop, 6'2", 160-pound quarterback, class of 2026. They still got Tyler Sabo, right, class of 2027. So it's not, it still might be a fight there. Not to mention we don't know who might still pop up at that school. So I'm definitely interested to see. And Dylan Bishop played in some games last year. He played in many games last year. So
Mm-hmm.
um, We gonna see, man. We gonna see.
All right. So what's his class? What would be his class?
I believe CJ is class of 2029,
And
so
he'll
he's a
be a what?
freshman.
That's
Next year he'll be a sophomore.
a sophomore. Okay, so
Mhm.
he probably got another year. Probably got another year.
But see, when we comparing him to greatness, we comparing him to somebody that stepped in and did it. We're not comparing him to somebody that got to sit 2 years, get better, understand the system, all of that. We comparing him to somebody who stepped in and was the system and actually won. Huh? We forgetting that. So I'm not saying that he can't be good his junior year. That's the expectation, right? I'm not saying he can't be a top dog his junior year. That's the expectation. What was said was when we talking Juju, he in a class of his own. We're talking about somebody that stepped in and did it.
Yeah, man. See, the good thing about it is I had the luxury to film and go to many both of these young men games to film
Mm-hmm.
them. And like I said, I seen a resemblance already. I seen it there when both of these young men was at the top. Well, they still at the top of their game,
Right.
but at Welcome All and when he at RDU. So I still had a chance, and I've always had that comparison. I've always. That's why when I seen that they both went to the same thing, the same school. I'm like, that's crazy. That's really is crazy. But I think um I think he's gonna, fare well. I think he's gonna be really good and all that. But I want to answer PA Trenches. Hey, T Street was good. He said, how many of Florida's teams, right? 11U will actually make the YNC brackets in December. Bugatti, Woj, PVP, um, MGR, right? Osceola, Brick City. Now I'm taking Brick City out of there. Okay. Then I'm taking PVP out of there. Then I'm taking Bugatti out of there. So I'm leaving it with Miami Garden Ravens, Woj, and possibly Osceola. But it ain't gonna be no more than three teams. It won't be no more than three teams playing, in Y and C because I don't think they really allow it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't allow. Well, I ain't gonna say they don't allow. Usually it's like three teams from different states usually. Or it might be two teams from this state, one team from this state, or you know what I'm saying? But the max I damn near be seeing is three. So I think Woj will make it. I think Miami Garden Ravens, being that they end up getting the guy from Brick City, right? And a lot of those players, um, yeah, I think it's out of Woj, Miami Garden Ravens, and Osceola. That's what I believe. He said y'all record Marietta Blue Devils game.
I mean, you reach out with a schedule and some teams. We can figure something out.
Yeah, he said it's a Wallace Park Falcons. So where y'all from? So I wonder, do they got a team? Because I know all of those players from 9U that's now 10U is getting ready to go to RDU.
They're gonna always have a team
Now, so
regardless.
Wallace Park got they still got a 10U team?
Yeah, they should, because they had a team before they came over there. That's a park, bro. When you got a park like that, they're gonna always have a team.
Now, are they gonna be good? That's the difference. I mean, that's
Nah,
that's another that's
that's
another
bad.
question, But shout out to Wallace Park, man. They had a lot of discrepancies this year. They had a lot of unfortunate events, and yeah, it's definitely unfortunate. I don't know if they still playing in that same league, but what I will say is, I hope this year they have a smooth process. Just play the games and none of the other stuff that came with it. So shout out to them though. But the next thing, bruh. I seen some with Zay that I wanted to talk about, right? And I think with this one, I think he pissed a lot of people off when he asked this
Wouldn't
question.
be
When he
Zay if
made
he ain't make folks mad.
right here, he said attention-seeking parents are the worst. Just vibe. And when I tell you that you had people upset, they talking about the coaches, they talk, man, I was like, man, what is going on here? But what do you think about that? Do you think that that is part of the disruption? Is the attention aspect, or do you just think that um that it's just them, it's just nature? You think that they are doing it for the people to watch them, the views, for people to see them, or do you just think that they just naturally aggressive in that manner?
Um, I think parents definitely love attention. Um,
The new
a lot of
parents.
times, can you hear me?
Yeah, I said the new parents.
Yeah. I think these parents nowadays definitely love attention. Um, you see it, we see it all the times at games, bro. It's a difference between being hyped for your kid and you taking it the attention off your kid and making it about what you believe, what you think, what you got going on. I love a LeVar Ball type of, you know, I got 3 champions. Beat Michael Jordan. I love all that type of stuff, man. I love a LeVar Ball type of guy, right? But even LeVar knew when to shut up and let the kids play. Even LeVar knew when to shut up and let the kids play, bro. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, if you ever watch LeVar after like a game, bro, he the first one to tell his sons, trash, trash, right? See, y'all remind me of the coaches that like to complain about the referees. You know what I'm saying? See, you know how I always tell y'all, don't complain about referees unless you say, we holding, right? Hey, we just false started. Throw the flag for us. That was a false start, ref. Hey,
Yeah,
we offsides, ref. Why you haven't threw the flag? You being biased because you won't
yeah,
throw the flag on us, bro. You being biased.
right.
Until I see a coach do that, I don't care what none of them got to say. Because you don't never tell me, oh damn, bro, we just held like a motherfucker. You missed that call, ref. Come on, try to get it next time. Right? See, your bias, right? It's the same thing for parents. I see, I don't see a lot. I didn't say I don't see none. But I
Mhm,
miss a lot of parents after they lose games, they don't say, yeah, my kid could have been better. You know what? Shout out to Deuce dad. He was in the chat about a couple days ago. And he was just like, Deuce gonna be ready this year. See, that's what I'm telling y'all. It's a difference. Like the real good kids, bro, it's a difference with how they parents maneuver in situations because they have accountability. They don't go and say, this coach don't know how to call no plays. Let me tell you something, bro. If your kid a baller, bro, everything don't always gotta be set up for him. This man is a hooper. He'll tell you a play don't always gotta be called for a real hooper. Go get a bucket.
facts.
Go get a bucket. If your son is a bucket, you don't need a play all the time. He don't need a screen. Look, we down by 3. Get a ball with me. I get a bucket. Just get everybody out the way, coach. I got it.
Mhm,
That's the problem, bro. Y'all don't want to take accountability for y'all kids. It's got to be the coach. It's got to be the other kids. It's got to be the park. It's got to be the ground. It's wet. We should be on turf. It got to be the turf ain't good. We need to be on grass. It got to be the venue ain't big enough. The jersey's too tight. The jersey's too loose. It's always something. Man, don't get you got me ranting, bro. I wasn't
hey,
trying to rant.
look, I got some breaking news.
Hmm.
Y'all about to be hella mad though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Breaking news. No, 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 no. That's the wrong one. We got the new RDU, the family in the building. I want to read to y'all what it says. Man, this team has been blowing us up about everything. All my real deal folks, hop on this and explain. Is this dude with y'all or he just out here stealing y'all name? Shout out to the thieves. Shout out to the thieves. Man, what is it? I really only talked about this because we was talking about attention seeking people. This got to be the number one attention seeking person, right? You create something to make it seem as if you are a part of an organization that you really are not. This is clout chasing
At
at
its
its finest.
finest. Yeah.
Clout chasing. Is that how we want to get our recognition? We want to clout chase. Deep Space was good. Hey, Schoolboy was good. But nah, this is how we try to get our name out there. We want to act like we certain individuals and stuff like that. Now, it's another name out there that I be seeing: guerrilla warfare, rare breed.
Yeah.
Then it go from rare breed warrior, something like damn, bruh. It's only one rare breed. One.
It's only one, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, guerrilla warfare, rare breed, bro. And I ain't seen a game yet. I have not seen them play a game yet, bro. And I got a DM by them damn near every day. And I'm like, bro, like the thing is, man, we gotta all have hey, like who is RDG, man? I don't know. I don't know. But PA Trenton said, got to get it out the mud, like GMU, Frankfurt Chargers, Twin City, Watkins, the story of the year. Hey, man, there's a few that I can give story of the year to. I can give it to
I want you to,
Watkins.
but no. I don't want a few. I don't want a few. If you had to pick one, we're giving a
All right, I
Grammy.
got to get
We're
a
giving an
nomination
Oscar.
first.
Go
I
ahead.
got to get a
The
nomination. So
nominations.
if it was for me,
The nominations. Go
it
ahead.
was uh Georgia Falcons, who are now RDU.
Okay.
It
Okay.
was Coach Cal. It was we can go with Rare
Hold
Breed.
on. Hold up now.
We
You
can
know
go
what?
with
Nominations, bro.
four.
You only begin
Four.
like
We can
4 or
go with Rare
5. You don't
Breed.
get 10
Four.
nomin. Okay.
Four.
4
We can go with
nominations.
Rare
Go ahead.
Breed, and then we can go with the Bounty Boys. We can go with them. But here's
I
my
don't like this
reason.
get out of the mud
Here's
category.
my reason. I'm gonna give you my reason. Okay. So for the Georgia Falcons, you seen what they was going through the whole year, the whole season. Coaching's being kicked out, players not staying the course, right? Going to different teams, swapping out, um, losing a quarterback when they really, didn't have much time to pick up another one. But then they get a quarterback that was, you know, very elite, turned out to be elite. Came out doing his thing. They won the championship in a league, you know. Then they was one of them teams that was out of the mentions, right? Got back to the sixth spot, went to YNC battle, and then what I'm saying, won third place. So then you got who else? You could say rare breeds, right? Coach ain't able to practice. They only practicing what once a month or something like that, or a week, or not having practice pretty much. Just going to play games. This was the season where most people counted them out, right? People, because you never really put rare breed and losing in the same category. This season, they had them in that category of losing at least 4 times this year. Then, right? Then we got who else? Who else I mentioned? So
You
icy,
mentioned
so
a lot of
icy.
Georgia. It's real
Yes,
biased.
no,
I'm gonna
so
just tell you that
icy,
right now.
right? Coach Cal coached their kids up this year. They played everybody. They beat GMU. They beat who else? They beat a lot of teams, right? They beat a lot of teams that people didn't expect. They won battle preseason, right? And then you know what I'm saying? They end up going to battle, they end up losing or whatever. But the belief that he put in them young men, the viewership, the attention that he brought on them, bro, it was special. The belief and all that. And then we got the Bounty Boys. Bounty Boys trying to get a game with North Philly, couldn't get it, right? Then they end up losing 703. Then they lost. What's the other team they lost to? They lost to Fort Lauderdale, right? Go to the championship, go to the playoffs. Play the team that they lost to, play which was 703. They played what's the other team? They played four of the toughest teams, including Fort Lauderdale. And then they pulled it out, bro. They had one of the toughest schedules out there. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
people basically put them out of it, didn't give them a chance of winning it. And them young men went out there, they took what was theirs. So out of all those, the one that I might go to, I gotta damn. You gotta go with the Bounty Boys.
Okay.
You gotta go with the Bounty Boys. Hey, what's up, Derek? You gotta go with the Bounty Boys. But I had to say why I selected those individuals.
I will say I don't like the So Icy. And the reason is because they had already, if this was 2 years ago, they got it out the mud. If this was even last year, they got it out the mud. So Icy is so far from the mud at this point, bro. So Icy is Hollywood now. They entered Hollywood status. They ain't getting shit out the mud no more. When you start getting invited to Cam Newton events and all of that, and you to pick, you're not getting it out the mud. When everybody want to play you, you ain't getting it out the mud. I would say the Georgia Falcons. The only reason I wouldn't include them is because some of it was self-inflicted. Some of it was self-inflicted, right? So I can't say you got it out the mud when some of it, not all, but some of it was self-inflicted. I think when we say get it out the mud, we got to think GMU. That wasn't self-inflicted. They left. I think when we say get it out the mud, we got to think Space City. You know what I'm saying? Space City. They lost. They're coming over here from a whole different, league, nationals. You lost in the preseason. Nobody believes that you can do it now. We think that you're just one of those AYF teams that can't win. That can't win over here. Come over here, smack everybody around. Smack everybody around. Even you can even argue that they was smacking Red Breed around. It was a battle. It was a battle. It wasn't nothing that Red Breed just walked in and dominated. It was a battle. They was about 20 yards short of winning a championship. I think if you want to say, I wouldn't say Twin City got it out of the mud, even though they lost 3 times to the same team. Expectations. That's the only reason I wouldn't put them PA. Expectations. I wouldn't even say it's one of the best stories because hell, I still believe they could win. I never thought that Twin City couldn't win. Never, not once. I never thought it, not
So
once.
he gave
I
the names. You had me
He
you
gave
had
some
me
names.
naming some.
No, you chose before I could tell you. You was like, "Oh, I gotta." Before I could tell you the
My
names,
bad.
but he chose GMU, Frankfurt Chargers, Twin City, and Watkins. I think Watkins is one of the best stories.
Mm,
I think Frankfurt is one of the best stories. But I think if I had to choose the best story
it's Twin City,
of
bro.
2020,
Out of
nah, it
those, it
can't be.
got it.
How can it be Twin City when the expectation from the jump that they would win?
Twin City.
Nobody knew who the Frankfurt Chargers were.
You know what, bro? That ain't. See,
GMU lost their
yeah,
kids.
GMU was expected to win though,
They were
because
expected, but
they.
even after they lost the kids,
Hey, I didn't know that though. See, other people didn't really know that. They didn't expect them to win.
okay,
I mean, they expected them to win. Like
okay.
everybody that's in the
I think if you
YNC.
gotta pick,
Because the thing was that what they said was, bro, you just want to go over there, beat up on them Lulus. That was like that was the thing. So they expected them to go out there to win. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, you right, bro. I just named four four teams, right? That we could damn near say kind of got it out the mud or whatever. But these are tough too. GMU, Frankfurt Chargers, because then nobody expect Frankfurt Chargers outside of me to win. Then Twin City, we
You
counted
no
them
no no
out.
no 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 no. Let's go back. You chose Frankfurt in
Hold
December.
on, no.
You didn't choose
Sir,
Frankfurt in no damn
I've
August.
been talking about Frankfurt. I got introduced to
That's
Frankfurt.
not what I said. I didn't say you talked about. I said you did not choose Frankfurt from the jump. You did not do that.
Bruh,
You did not do
whatever,
that.
whatever. I'm not about to argue with you guys.
That's crazy, bro. Niggas be wanting credit, cuz.
If you say so, I won't take credit for what I already knew or felt. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man. Hey, T Street hella funny. He said Fort Lauderdale. He gave them 4 thumbs down. He said they ain't beat nobody.
Who, 12 you?
They beat everybody except
They beat
yeah, they even
everybody.
beat Bunny Boy. They
They beat,
lost in the championship.
yeah, anybody that pulled up to play them,
Yeah,
they beat every single team that they played. They beat the Texas Elites. They beat the damn Watkins. They beat
Osceola.
literally every single team. Yeah, they beat every team. Most teams, I'm surprised more teams ain't try to play them, to be honest, but they was ducking. They beat the Osceolas. Osceola was good. They beat Osceola. Yeah, but I think if I had to choose my own, like, best story of the year, just best story of the year, my best story of the year is very difficult.
We know that.
It's very difficult. It's hard, y'all. It's hard. It's hard. It's harder than I thought it
Yeah, I
was.
know. That's why I had to, kind of talk mine out. Not an easy
Yeah, it's
question.
hard because I think what Frankfurt did is amazing. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. Even though Space City lost, I think what Space City did was just different. I think it was amazing that Space City beat, the number one, the Space City beat the number 2, 3 team in the country, and they went on this amazing run. And now we have anticipation for them to come back. My only thing is I don't know if they can win with that offense at 9U. Ah, man.
Hey man, if they out,
But this sounds crazy, y'all. But I think what Supreme did was one of the best stories of the year, to be honest. And if I had to choose one, that's really what I've been sitting here
but
on.
why would you
If I
say
had to choose the best
Supreme is
story of the
why
year,
would you say Supreme is the story of the year though?
because they were a team that was assembled, right? And we don't often believe that those teams on the first year can win championships,
Shit. Hey,
right? That's not typically,
that's what Fort Lauderdale
that's not
did.
typically believed.
That's what Fort Lauderdale did.
You
They
said
merged with some people, right?
who you talking about? Them talking about Supreme?
Yeah, I'm saying like you saying that people don't really like get with each other and then be expected to win. That's when they really be expected to win.
Are you saying that's what Fort Lauderdale
Yeah,
did?
Fort Lauderdale did that.
Well, Fort Lauderdale was the champions last year at 11U.
I know, but
I knew
before
they were
that,
gonna
they
win.
got together.
Yeah, but I knew they were gonna win anyway because I just knew who they were gonna play against, and I knew he wasn't prepared to play 11U football. If I'm being honest. But Supreme to come in and play like they played, they didn't play like a normal 7U team, bro. They played like they were 3 years ahead of everybody else. Like they literally looked. It was conversations if Supreme played Voodoo at 7U, who would win?
Hey, I want to ask you a question though. I want to kind of go off topic. I mean, this is a different
Mhm.
topic. Do you think they regret moving the pieces last year, Lambo? Do you think they regret moving the pieces last year that they did? It's,
Absolutely.
yeah, I think so.
Lambeau should be
They should
sick.
be.
They should be sick to their
Hey,
stomach
but
because they could have
this
won.
speaks to people. they be trying to go to that team, man, and chemistry is everything. And they had the chemistry. They know what buttons to push to get them going and all that stuff. And all of a sudden they I think it didn't serve ABA or Lambeau. It didn't serve
And
neither one of them
it
well on a
just
national level. As far as
right,
beating each other up, that's different. But on a national level, it didn't serve neither one of them well.
right. Yeah, I think Coach Howard. I think he dropped the ball on this one. I think losing really made him jump off the deep end a little too early. I think he's an amazing coach. I think he's going to do amazing things this year, especially if he go down to 6U. But I think he should have been a little bit more patient.
And do what? To stay to
Kept
13?
his kids together and kept his kids together and just added 2 or 3 pieces. But you don't make big changes like quarterbacks and running. You add to those. You add a lineman. You add a D tackle. You add a wide receiver. You add a DB. You add about 10 to 12 kids. 12 is the max. But you definitely don't take away.
Oh, he talk about Frankfurt Chargers. He talked that them beating uh Fort Lauderdale. But nah, man, I think
Again,
when you
I'm going to say
go
this
ahead.
again, though. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Go check Generation Next rankings. In October and November, Fort Lauderdale was a top 5 team. That's on Generation Next rankings. So it's like we can't poo it when we want to,
Yeah,
right? Because then that means we poo. We can't do that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can't do that. But it definitely I had to tell y'all that a couple nights ago when we were talking Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale was a top 5 team in Generation Next rankings through the month of October and through the month of November.
Nah, he's saying that basically that yeah, well that is what he's saying, that they ain't really play nobody, even though they were
But
in the
they ain't
ranked
really played
room.
nobody. Matter of fact, in November, Fort Lauderdale was the number 3 team in the country behind Adamsville and ATL Elite. They were in front of Red Breed, Space City, RDE, TNT, Peters Park, Pompano, Duval. They were in front of all of those teams. They was a number 3 team in the country in October and November.
Yeah.
We can't just overlook that. I can't.
Hey, PA
I can't overlook that.
PA says, y'all always say 11U is where it's at. I mean, is where it gets different. And that is a fact.
That's a fact.
That is a
That's
fact.
what makes me nervous though.
Lambeau lost.
But I can't go against them until I see them play.
Yeah, Lambeau
I just
lost.
can't.
The Georgia Eagles, undefeated Georgia Eagle lost. A lot of other teams, lost. That's when it get different because if you ask me, my personal opinion, this is when you have to have a whole bunch of goods, right? You have to be able to do the running game. You got to be able to have a running
Mhm.
game and a passing game. You ain't just bullying everybody to a victory. You just not doing that. You got to be able to, you know what I'm saying, like run slant routes, post routes. You got to be able to throw the ball in the flats, check down play. You have to be able to do a lot of stuff. And that's why Fort Lauderdale won, because they were able to mix it up. They had the running backs and they had the receivers, the quarterback, right? And that's what Lambeau was struggling at. They were struggling when it came to somebody that was putting pressure on them. They were messing up, making mental mistakes, right? Where they had a chance to score right before halftime, but instead they get a ball back to Fort Lauderdale, and then they end up scoring before halftime, change the whole dynamic of the game. That type of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So, yes, 11U, it gets different. That's why I say if Voodoo do not have a elite quarterback, they're going to be in trouble. You heard it here first. They're going to be in trouble. I don't think that the stuff that they ran this year will have as much success next year if these coaches can coach. It depends on the coaching. You know what I'm saying? But cause like if I got out there and I started coaching, Batman, that streak gone. I'm telling y'all that now. It's gone.
In the
It's
show.
gone.
This
It's
man is,
gone.
bro. I
It's
told you,
gone.
bro. Don't be doing nothing, drinking or nothing before the show, bro. Now I done told you. I ain't gonna keep telling you that now. Now you ain't finna be
Hey,
drinking and getting drunk and
hey,
coming
I'm
on the
gonna get
show.
Batman on here to tell him to his face. Hey, Batman, listen, give me
Now that's
any team,
ridiculous, Ken.
any team.
You ain't finna be getting drunk on coming on the show saying all kind of belligerent stuff.
Nah, shout out to Coach Batman, man. I'm just messing with him. See, hey, look, you see, I was about to play that stuff that Coach Mark was talking about. I just didn't. I just didn't. But I thought that,
Save him from
yeah.
himself. Save him from himself.
Hey, he said, Raven says, he says, chill, Ken. That's a big task, my boy. Hey, listen, I wouldn't be able to do nothing. You know why? Because the game is already won. The game is already won. Why am I keep disappearing in my stuff, bro? The game is already won.
Right.
And the reason why I say the game is already won is because a lot of them kids are already scared of voodoo. So what do you want me to do after that? I can't do nothing with kids that don't believe that they can win. You know what I'm saying? They going in there kind of tucking their tail. What can I do with that?
Mhm.
Nothing. That's why I say voodoo
Right.
go into the game up 14-0. Can't do nothing with that. Can't do nothing
That's a fact.
with that. Hold on. There we go. But yeah, man. Did I have something else? One last thing. Let me double check, bro. Oh, I will say this too. I don't know if y'all into boxing, but March 15th, I'm in the building. Just got a call.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Put that back up,
Yes, sir.
please. Put that back up.
March 15th. If y'all like boxing, make sure y'all come check it out. I will be filming. I will be.
Oh, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Yeah. So you
Me
got
and
the you
Big
got
Bro
the
gonna
best
be
of the
there.
best around the country who will be there. You know what I'm saying? So
Me and Big Bro gonna be
yeah,
there.
man. That's the other thing that I like doing, man. I like doing boxing because these kids don't complain, don't cry, just work hard, box. You know what I'm saying? Work on their skills and stuff like that. So I will be doing boxing, and I do a little boxing myself. So uh hold on, I didn't even read this one. PA says, so how many teams Georgia get in the Y and C bracket if Florida only get two? Voodoo, Rattlers, RDU, Walk 'em Down Gang. Damn. You
I don't know about Walk 'em Down Gang, to be honest with y'all. There's no there's no Levi. Levi's gone, so I just don't know about them right now. I don't think Fold Four makes that jump like some people
they were saying
believe.
that,
I don't
yeah, they said
believe.
they had some extra pieces, some new pieces, but
And
go ahead.
I gotta see it. I gotta see them put it together. I gotta see them not be scared to play the football games. Um, Rare. I gotta see. You know, that's not a Coach Mark team, but he say it's gonna be a tough team, but it's not a Coach Mark team. Georgia Rattlers, if they want to make that, I'm all for it. They're one of the teams I'm talking about. Will will beat three really amazing teams, but because they lose to Voodoo, then next thing you know, they ain't mentioned no more. No, I'm not going for that this year. But so yeah,
Hey,
I see two
I'm
right now
excited though. I want to see RDU Panthers. I want to see them.
to see if they can make that jump again. I would
Man,
love to
that
see if they can.
team right there, RDU Panthers, must see. Them boys, they can pass that ball. I can tell you that. They can pass. I love a passing team, man. I really do. I like passing teams. But I mean, damn, I just don't like when you overdo it because then you make me feel like I'm at a high school game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, too much
Now,
passing in
I
football
love a
for sure.
passing team if the clock keep running. Outside of
Right.
that, nah,
They getting
run the
them
damn
completions,
ball.
right.
But what'd he say? T Street said, he said MF would be scared and tired and ain't in shape trying to compete with a voodoo, man, for sure. They next level, man. Voodoo next level, man. But I would love to see Voodoo, to be honest, bro. I would love to see Voodoo be one of the first teams, man, to win it from 6U all the way up to 13, man. That'd be whew. I don't think that will ever be done again, to be honest. So they chasing history. They chasing
For sure.
history. So he says PA to football, hoop, and boxing capital. Hey man, look, hey, I'll be watching my boy Greg Hatchett out there. I'll be watching him. I'll be getting a lot of boxing information from him. So yeah, man. Shout out to PA, man. That's my guy, bro. That dude know a lot. But
He
yeah, I'll be
does.
watching
He
Greg
very
Hatchett. I think I seen him boxing the other day. I mean, not too long ago as well. He said, I feel like walk him down, gonna slide to voodoo. What you think? Man, if they do that, I'm calling scary. I'm
Yeah.
calling bandwagon hoppers. They can go to any other team. Go to RDU Panthers. They already got the quarterback. They got everything. You know what I'm saying? They listen. I like the quarterback that they have already, but we cannot go to voodoo. Walk them down can't go to voodoo. Georgia Rattlers can't go to voodoo. Um, come on, help me out, man. Uh, 404 can't go to
404.
voodoo. I don't
No.
know if Rare Breeds going. None of these teams can go to voodoo. None of them. No, I sat there and I made a debate and argument out of less.
Right.
I don't want no merger. Y'all teams are very good. All these teams can stand alone. I don't want to see it. I don't. Only thing I want to see is what piece that you add, how much better you got. Could you continue to coach your team to get better? That's it. Said Brick City went to Miami Garden Ravens, so why they can't go to Photo? I mean, you can add some pieces. I don't want the whole walk them down game going to Voodoo.
They've already, because Voodoo's already the top
Yeah,
team. It's time to compete. They're doing it to compete. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
If you've already then won it, can, can you compete now? You feel what I'm saying? And we're not going to pretend like Voodoo is just playing strictly with one or two kids. We're not going to pretend like they don't go and get some kids anyway from these other teams. They already doing it. They really don't need nothing else. Go compete.
Nothing else. They don't need it. But I don't mind you getting, you know what I'm saying, a few more pieces. Cause then here's the thing too. You still gotta get personnel. So you might get somebody else that may be a better fit than somebody else, right? Far as for what you're looking for. So I don't mind in that regard. But just to go to a team, you know what I'm saying? I think the reasoning is the more the problem that I have. I think most people would go because they want to get a championship. They want to get a championship and they feel like that's a sure thing if they go to play for Voodoo. I don't want to earn the championship. I want to go play with a team that's already a champion so I can, so I can get me a ring too. Nah, bro, I ain't gonna never agree with that. I ain't for it. To me, that's non-competitive behavior, right? Mike Weems said they are in doing that, but I don't see coaches. They already got their coaching staff, so why would they? Why would they even go there? They already got their coaching staff, unless coach is quitting on them. Y'all already know how I feel about coaches that quit on kids. I've been talking about it for a minute now. I don't like coaches. I think coaches that quit on kids on any given day, you should be banned. You should never coach again. You're unreliable.
Facts.
You did something against the kids that's unforgivable.
Right.
The hell? You want me to, oh yeah, let me go coach this team. Like, bro, nah, man. I don't get it, bro. Do people not have a conscience nowadays? Do you not
You gotta
have
shame
no
them, bro.
shame? I mean, my goodness. What the hell?
You
It's
crazy,
all right,
bro.
bro. We got a few I got another minute in me. He says they ain't going, what he say? They ain't going no full clip though. They ain't got no full clip though. Walk them down game, no quarterback means dead. Woo, I'm just saying. So some kids might slide, not the whole team, but some. And that's the thing, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me speak to the congregation real quick. Let me speak to the quarterback, my guy, not the quarterback, but whoever, not the quarterback. See, sometimes we leave, and this is why I am totally against coaches being friends. And I don't even know if the coach is his friend, but this is why I'm against parents having emotions towards the game or towards the team. And here's why I say that. We leave good situations to try to find another situation, and then it don't turn out to be the situation you thought it was going to be. Okay? And this is what a lot of people experience. Now, let's say the quarterback is no longer there. I don't know. I've never heard it until now in the chat. Let's say the quarterback is no longer there. Walk 'em down game was getting some exposure. They was definitely getting to that exposure. You see what I'm saying? Now you go to another team. Are you going to get the exposure now? You see what I'm saying? I think that,
I don't think so. Talking to his pops, exposure isn't what he's really focused on right
okay,
now.
what we talking about?
He's focused on getting into a high school like system per se, like a middle school system, high school system. And so he's looking at it like a Buford or Grayson, those type of
So middle
programs,
school.
getting into their program. But he's not quite middle school, I don't think yet. But getting into their programmatical
Mhm.
system, like getting into their system and just getting better, because those who he's working with now, they offer a lot of training and things of that nature, right? That's going to help him develop as a quarterback or whatever. So I think that's what he's more so focused on, is just developing as a quarterback. I don't think he's necessarily focused on the other aspects of what youth football can bring right now.
Hey, I'll say this.
Which I like it. I
Now
like
listen,
it.
listen,
I like
listen.
it.
You like it? I don't.
I think more
I
people
don't.
should do it.
I don't like it. I'm gonna tell you why. You just literally played in the Nationals. How was that performance? Was it up to your standards? If it's me, and I'm telling you, because my son is getting ready to get up to the age, right? He's going to be at the age, and I'm telling you, me. This is me talking to my son,
Mhm.
bruh. I understand you may want to go somewhere. Cool. This year, we're going to play one more year here, but it's going to be redemption. We're going to be redemption. We can't finish like that. We already know, bro, whether you count whether you count middle school or whatever, I think the best kids play rec ball. I think YNC and AYF have the better team. If they were to take middle school ball, middle school teams, they're best to play against the best. If you take the 8th grade team to play against rare breed team, the 8th grade team will lose versus rare breed. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I think the best play, right? Rec ball. bro. But the way if I'm ending like that, the main thing that I'm doing, bro, I'm gonna redeem myself. Hell nah, I can't go out like that. I can't. I gotta play again. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah. I
says, I
definitely
think
feel you.
more
I
competitive
think for me,
here
man,
than middle school.
how I look at it is, I don't want my bro. Cool, we lost. Shit, it happens. I don't want my son, who's a prominent quarterback, playing another 30, 40 games in a season. You know, just to finally get down to YNC and prove that we can win. Nah, bro. Like,
Damn, they played
let's
that
go
many
and
games.
let's
They
just
didn't
get.
play that many games, bro. They didn't play no damn 30, 40 games.
Walk them down game had to play at least 20 games, bro. Because they were also in a league. They were in a league that played every single weekend. So if you take all of their league games, which is at least 8 to 10
Mm-hmm.
games, they're in the Georgia Municipal League. So they play 8 to 10 games in the league. And then if you also count the playoffs in the league and the championship in the league, that's gotta be at least 12 to 13 games right there.
Mm-hmm.
Then they still play YNC preseason. They play regular YNC, and we know they did Sunday
Mm-hmm.
tournaments. They got to be at a minimum
I
25
mean,
games.
damn, you see, bro, y'all. But this is the part that be killing me, bro. Y'all act
so
like,
so
damn.
if,
Do I gotta break it down? You guys
mhm.
act as if literally it's only one way to go about things, bro. You don't have to play in every game. Make sure you get another quarterback. Sit out some games.
I don't think most coaches going for that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Bro, I'm
I
not
don't think
okay.
most
If I'm
coaches is
telling
gonna go
you,
for that.
listen, I'm gonna play like 15 games or whatever, right? I'm gonna play like 15 games. And if we have a double header, or not a double header, but if we have games
Mm-hmm.
back to back, I'm only
Back to
gonna play
back.
one. So I can stay fresh.
I don't think coaches are going for
Bro,
that, bro.
then you
I
gonna
just,
lose a
bro.
good ass quarterback. He's a really good quarterback, bro. That's why I want to get a chance to see him, that young man, again. And basically
Yeah.
the style of play, they knew that they were actually better than that team. They were, bro. They was actually supposed to win that game. But it was a lot of
Mm-hmm.
jitters, a lot of bugs, you know what I'm saying, that they could not get out of the system. That's what happened. That's why you fumbling and that's why people fumbling and doing all this other stuff, because they never got the nerves out. They didn't get it out.
Yeah.
Let me go. I need this experience, bro. This is about experience. Yes, you can go to middle school
Yeah.
and then you have okay, you go to middle school, you ball out, you do all the stuff that you do or whatever, right? Who gonna look at that like, bro, he's the no, you're not gonna get that name that you should get. You're not, bro.
I don't think that's true though, bro. I really don't.
All
If
right,
you
so
look at some
name
of the
me
B
some
two,
people.
if you look at some of the B2C, I mean, just last year when we were had Alex on the show, he had kids that simply played middle school, that didn't play youth ball. They only played middle school on the list. You feel what I'm saying? Also, I think you taking out of the aspect of what's the point? Okay, if these people are going to put my son into a rigorous, actually quarterback training program, right? I would prefer to do that. I don't mind losing recognition in youth ball if I know that, hey, these guys are going to put my kid through some training. They're going to make sure that they put a system like together for him. They're going to put, workouts together for him, and they're going to specifically work with him during practice. A lot of youth football teams don't have real quarterback trainers, bro. The quarterback is honestly there with the OC, and the OC is just putting plays together and all this. But like, I think the aspects of youth football aren't as attractive when it comes to learning the game. The only thing really honestly attractive about youth football sometimes is the exposure.
Read that.
But the aspects of learning ain't the same no more. Walk down game started when we started. That was SHP. Oh, okay. So the Seal RK R&R in no, they played like that. Yeah, they had to play like 30 games. You know what I'm saying? My son a quarterback. I'm not saying that this pertains to walk down game. I don't know what they got. But I'm saying like just when we have in the middle school or when we just having like system or whatever talks compared to like YNC, AYF teams, rec teams, whatever we call them teams. A lot of those teams don't have proper coaches to really teach. You feel what I'm saying? So I think the problem is when you really got a dad that's locked in on a kid and he's a true quarterback. And I want him to get the best. I want him to really be trained and taught and nurtured and being a quarterback. I don't know. I can't say it ain't happening, but I don't know if a lot of youth teams have those capabilities. From what I see, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it.
Let me ask you a question,
So it's
bro.
like now I gotta pay for more training on top of my son already paying this money for my son to be on this team. I could kill two birds with one stone and just go ahead and make that move over here.
How you paying twice?
Because most teams don't have like quarterback trainers, like true quarterback trainers. So I have to pay for my son to get quarterback training outside of this youth crap. You feel what I'm saying? So now I got to turn around and pay fees for youth. I got to pay to travel for youth. You know what? To me, let's just X out the youth. I'm gonna just go over here and focus on getting better and developing. And then I'm just gonna sacrifice the
You
exposure
remember
piece.
Jeremiah Johnson?
Buddy from DEA.
When last time you heard about him?
He's moved on to high school,
He
bro.
was in middle school after being one of the hottest young men out there. What happened when he went to middle school?
That's like
I'm asking
saying
you a question first.
there's players in college who are known great players. That's like saying what happened. Marvin Harrison at Ohio State last year. Oh my God, one of the most dominant people in 2023. I think he ended up going to the Arizona Cardinals, if I'm not mistaken. We ain't heard a damn thing about Marvin Harrison,
Bro,
Jordan.
you
You feel
talking
what I'm
about
saying?
the
When people
NFL.
move on,
NFL.
when people move
I'm not
when
talking.
people move
Listen,
on, you're not you have to keep
these
up
are
with them.
people,
There's people don't know what Glock is doing up there at North Cobb. There's people that don't know that.
bro. These are people that you saying that they don't know. No, you haven't heard. You just haven't heard about them. In a minute. They already got a name. They already in the NFL. They already got a name. This is people that's trying to get a name, right? Where like like I say, you getting the exposure. He's getting, all the stuff that he should be getting. Now, I get it when you talk about cutting. If you would have been like, man, you got to cut a little bit of cost or whatever, blah, 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 in the beginning, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I can understand that part. But if we talking about development and all this other stuff, bro, I didn't see the issue if he was playing for the team and still getting the development. But then when you mentioned the cut
Mhm.
costs, okay, now it makes a little bit more sense. But
But our coaches developing though. I think that's the bigger question.
I mean, that's
Is
the
our
question I
coaches
can't answer.
developing? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like when I watch a lot of teams, I don't know if development is going on for real. I think that's what Coach Mark is saying a lot of times when he comes on this show. Like, come over here where your kid actually. But I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I think sometimes the exposure conversation is a little more overrated because I think about a lot of kids that play high school ball now who were the best youth athletes ever. We don't talk about them. They're in high school, not even playing JV for real. You feel what I'm saying? Or they're in high school just playing JV. But we don't talk about them. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like there's kids, I think the kids off the top of my head right now, I'm thinking Dream Chasers. Who on the Dream Chasers, we probably talked about them every week. They went to high school. They're not, they're barely playing, they ain't even playing varsity, they only playing
Hmm.
JV. We don't talk about them. What did all that exposure do for them? You feel what I'm saying? Like if you're not a parent that's trying to
Capital, yeah.
capitalize off the exposure,
And
I
that,
think if you ain't like a sweet feet or a caca, it's kind of like you got to capitalize off
but
the
you
exposure.
right,
A
and that's
deuce,
what and you kind of hit the nail. hit the nail in the coffin, right? I guess that's what I've been trying to say. Learn the business, the marketing, all the other stuff, bro, and then that's when you can kind of maximize all of those things once you get known, right? Because I'm really hoping, and I can really see somebody like what's his name, Sweet Feet. I could see him possibly end up being one of the highest youth paid football
Mhm.
players, right, in the history of youth football. I mean, not much happened. Yes, you got some players that already got money, you know what I'm saying? But I can see him possibly doing that because he got the charisma, he got uh um a nice IG, he got the skill, you know what I'm saying? So he can definitely do some stuff, bro. He can definitely do some.
For
But
sure. Shout out to Blaze. Shout out to
Blaze, he did it the
Blaze
right
out
way.
of Florida. He did it the right way from a young age. But I think if you're trying to capitalize on exposure, I believe, yeah. If you're not a parent that's trying to capitalize on exposure, which again, I don't see why not. But if you ain't trying to capitalize on it, I don't think it's a purpose of sticking around.
Right, right.
I think there gets a time where you got to move on. Shout out the streets. I was thinking about him a little bit when I when I was talking about some, but it's multiple, man. I run into so many kids in youth football who I thought was amazing, and I'd be like, hey man, so who you play for now? Oh, I play for them. I ain't really got much on the field, and it's because they parents ain't really capitalized on their exposure. And they didn't go to the right schools and they're not in the right systems, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Everybody tries to put their kids, at a Beaufort or a Carrollton, which is I want whatever the top football regions is in y'all state. That's what Carrollton and Beaufort and all of that is for us. They're the top region in our states. I don't believe every kid should go to those schools. I just don't. I don't believe that just because your child is this and that they should go to their schools. At my school, Woodland High School, we weren't a very good football team last year, but Kirby Smart still came, flew the helicopter on our school, and was visiting our kids. You don't have to go to a Buford or a Grayson to get recruited. You just got to dominate. Just dominate where you at. Dominate where you at and go to camps. There's always a pathway to top recruitment, but a lot of parents don't know that.
Hey, and that's crazy that Street said that. Now look, ain't gonna play nothing but about 5 games in middle school, bro. I seen that them dudes play like 7 games last year. They talk about their season was over with. I said, what? Bro, they didn't have a playoffs, nothing. So, I mean, bro, to each his own,
Uh-huh.
man. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
To each his
Yeah.
own. To each his own. But
Yeah.
I just, man, that's unfortunate, man. That young man is a really, really, really good quarterback, bro. Really good quarterback, But hey, man, it is what it is. But look, hey, I appreciate y'all tuning in.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't even know how to feel about this one right now. But
I feel
look,
amazing about it.
I could be
That's
wrong,
crazy.
but the thing about it is most times I'm right. So
Man, get the hell
yeah, man,
on,
that's the
man.
whole
What the
thing.
hell is
Most
you
times I'm
talking
right,
about,
man.
man?
But nah, I'm just
This man is
I'm messing with
crazy,
y'all. But
bro.
hey, man, shout out to that young man. Shout out to Pops. Y'all doing some amazing stuff. He had a stellar game. I mean, stellar year last season. You know what I'm saying? Wish he could have capped it off a little better, but they still got to a really good space. Um, but yeah, man, I'm anxious to see what Walk 'em Down do. The remainder of this process. Hopefully, they be able to get a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? If they don't get them, but hey, I don't know. Can they make it as far? I don't know.
Yeah. And then my thing is too, did you appreciate your quarterback when he was
Yeah, that's
there?
true too.
You feel what I'm
Yeah, it's a
saying?
lot that we
Did you
don't
value
know.
your
It's a
quarterback?
lot that we don't know.
You feel what I'm
So
saying?
coaches,
Yeah. Did
don't
you
think that we advocating for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm really just having a conversation with them because I don't know what y'all did. I don't know if this man was
Yeah.
being trained. Last year was my first time seeing him. So I don't know if he got better. I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But Yeah, man. But we'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll see y'all tomorrow,
For
man.
sure. Appreciate it,
Hey,
man.
thank y'all.